guys, welcome to my new video series, Making Nevermorrow. Before I begin, I just want to explain the change to the name. Essentially this is going to be a brand new video series, but still in continuation from the old one, making a comic. But ideally this will just be the main focus on Nevermorrow, and yeah, we'll sort of talk about other things during that's sort of going on in my life. So I won't be too far apart from the original videos. The biggest difference is I won't be doing them daily anymore. The last video I did was on Thursday and things just got really crazy really quickly. I got a whole bunch of client work and crazy deadlines, and it just occurred to me that I can't do it. I can't do this every day. But I can still record videos every day, but editing them and uploading them was just a bit too much. So I've decided that I'm going to do more segmented videos, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on how things go. The idea will be though that I'll be recording at least once a day, and I'll be mashing all those together and then putting a video together for you guys. So they will be a little bit longer, but they will cover a bit more each video as well. For any of you who follow Gazbot on YouTube, it'll probably be very similar to his videos. It's sort of where I got the idea from. I really liked how he seemed a bit more relaxed, he had a lot more to talk about, and it was far more interesting to watch than just a quick couple minute update. Oh, I did this today, which really isn't that far from the day before. Whereas you can see me from the beginning of the week to the end of the week and see a much larger transition in terms of the comic book. So yeah, that's why. Make it a little bit easier on me, and just to explain to you guys that I have not given up. I just need that little bit of extra time. Of course, it's always the way when I finally got really stuck into Nevermorrow, and all of a sudden all this work popped up. I'm not complaining, I'm glad. I need the work. It's just more experience for me, it's more stuff to put in my portfolio, but at the same time I was so ready to work on Nevermorrow 100%, and this came along and I was like, now it's just one of those projects that unfortunately it has to go aside. This one isn't making money yet until the Kickstarter happens, and the Kickstarter's not live, so I can't just say no to stuff. I've got to take it. So there's my reason. So that's the new video format that'll be happening. So don't expect them all the time, but expect them to be a bit bigger and a lot more informative as well. I don't really know how many people are watching the videos. It does seem like there's a few of you guys watching and keeping up to date, so that is why. So on to today's update. This is just going to be a quick one for, I suppose, just the first day of this new video series. And then the next one might come out for a few more days, just depending on how I feel with them. Just to update you over the weekend. Like I said, Monday I got inundated with work. I was already doing some client work, which was going slow and steady, which I could sort of time things in. And then they threw another job on top of me. And then they said, oh, by the way, the deadline's on Monday, so we need to get that done. I thought, oh, crap. So I was slogging through that, and then I had 2 more commissions come through. Some private ones, some like portrait-y sort of commissions, things that I do a lot of. Just digital ones for people sort of all over the world. And they were pretty interesting. One's like a cartoon turtle one, and there's another one which is it's quite interesting. It's for like a social group, I believe in Germany. So it's based on their suit. Sorry, my dog's barking there. The window's open and he's just barking and everyone walks past. It's annoying. But he's a dog, so what do you do? Yeah, so I got those 2. So I sketched those out first because that was just a nice quick thing. I could just use that as a warm-up, get those layouts happening. And then I got onto the bigger client job, and that was pretty much me all day. My day just flew. I haven't felt like a day like that in ages, which was fantastic. But I pretty much didn't touch Nevermorrow. I don't even think I bothered with the inks that night because I was just exhausted, and I ended up just on the couch watching movies with Jazz. And we got pizza. So I think we got pizza. No, we got KFC. But we had takeaway. It was a takeaway night. We watched movies, so I always try and put at least a couple of nights a week aside so we can spend some time together properly, especially before the baby comes, because we're going to be crazy busy, I'm sure. So that was Friday. Saturday I was working, and then I got home. I was just wrecked. It was a massive day, and again we just chilled out and watched TV. Watched Pee Wee Herman's Big Holiday, which just came out on Netflix, and that was cool, really fun. If you just like fun, light, stupid humour, If you ever watch a Pee-wee movie, it's right up there with the rest of them. It's fantastic. And then we watched, what was it called? Tomorrowland, which I've been wanting to see for ages and never got around to it, and it's on. And perfect inspiration for the book. So I was pretty much writing down notes and everything for Nevermorrow. New ideas were coming through, and these are things I can still incorporate into the story as well. So that was fantastic. And then Sunday, I spent some time with some friends, and I spent probably the first few hours of that morning just working on the client work and getting that ready. That was the rest of my morning this morning, was just finishing up whatever I had to on the client work and getting it out. Luckily, it got approved, because I had to go to work today as well, being Monday. So that got approved, and I didn't have to touch it again, which was awesome. Although, yeah, I would have been fine to do revisions. I'd put aside some time this afternoon to do it, but it left me time to clean the house. And now here I am. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to put dinner on soon, and I'm going to get inking as well. I don't know if you could tell, but behind me I have my drawing board. So I showed you page 1 of inks in the original series. This here, and again, like I said, I've been pretty busy, so I haven't done a lot, but I started on page 2. Unfortunately, there was a massive stuff up in this panel here, but nothing the bit of whiteout won't fix, or at least I can touch up digitally. But it's coming along. I have to borrow my mate Luke's roller ruler. I don't know if you've seen those. They just sort of roll, so you keep that straight angle the whole time, just for a few sections, because it is pretty technical in this part. There we go. But at this point too, now I'm starting to get the natural characters too. So I don't know if you can tell, but in this panel I've used a lot of line marker for very straight, rigid lines. But here, when it comes to the character, I've used a brush marker to get a more natural feel for the character there. So hopefully that makes them pop out and feel like a natural entity compared to components of the ship where they're all manufactured and machine made, so they don't feel like they sort of belong too much. That's sort of the idea anyway, just to create that separation between real life and technology. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff going on in my head. And then, excuse me, just to be prepared, this is page 3 and 4. And it's pretty much just the panels rolled up. So I did that on Thursday night as well, I forgot to say. They're just ready to go. The original pencils, as you can sort of see there. So I just chuck that on the light box and I'm good to go. The one thing I hate is just preparation. I hate when I'm ready to ink a page and then I sort of print it out. I've got to rule up all my panels and then I can start inking, and I sort of lose that momentum a bit. So I figured while I was in that mind space, I get everything prepared, at least a few pages in advance. So when I'm ready to go, I can just bang inks. Hopefully this week's going to be a lot better. I've got to work an extra day, which I don't normally work, which is good though, because I'll have extra money because Easter weekend's coming up, and I believe Jess is working this weekend too, which means it's extra days that I can work on this if all my client work's up to date. So hopefully there'll be a bit more of a slog on artwork too. Anyway, this video has gone a lot longer than I thought it would. My apologies. So that's the first update. I'll be doing more updates later in the week, as I explained earlier. I'm also in talks with Luke about maybe doing another podcast. I want to do something in the lines of like a video podcast, something that would just air on YouTube, maybe live, or we might just record it and then upload it later. But it'll pretty much just be maybe an hour of us just talking crap and talking about art and art issues that are coming up a lot. One of the big ones is fan art, so I'd love to talk about that and get my views on that, because I feel really strongly about fan art at the moment and not doing it, especially now that I'm trying to do my own creations and bring those to life. I want to see a nice market at conventions where people are starting to look at buying independent books rather than just buying fan art all the time. So don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to people doing fan art for themselves. I've done a ton of daily sketches for it, but when it comes to people printing stuff out and essentially bootlegging, copyrighted characters, it was something I did years ago, and my mind's changed a lot about that, and it's something, you know, that I feel strongly about, especially, you know, get friends who have their artwork stolen all the time. It's no different to the big companies, you know, despite how much money they make. Anyway, that's another story for another, hopefully a podcast in the future. If you like the idea, go annoy Luke, and we can get this thing on the ball, so to speak. All right, that's me out. I'm going to finish my coffee, and I will catch you guys later this week. Hope you enjoy the new format. If you think it's not the right way to go, or you've got any suggestions or ideas on how I can do it all, hit me up. Leave a note or a comment below. Like the video if you did like it. I don't know how, because it's gone forever. I don't know. God bless you for anyone who stayed this long. This is ridiculously long, this video, especially for like a daily update. Technically, I suppose I'm updating for it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Shut up. Me, not you. You're not even talking. I'm talking. Cool. I'll catch you guys later this week. Yeah, sorry. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. If you're interested in the comic, the links below will take you to the Facebook page and the Instagram page, where I'll be posting updates on there. And I'm also posting regular updates on Patreon as well. So they're getting all the pencil pages, they're getting concept art and things that I'm not posting in the rest of the world. Have a fantastic week. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.